This is the world's first pop punk conspiracy theory because their band is actually a front. I bet you didn't know that. I'm not really sure what to call this, but it has been keeping me up at night for a very long time, so I just think we need to talk about it. What is going on, my mates? Hope everyone is doing very well today. So I've had a comment rattle me before a time or two. I've been taken aback by what someone has said before. I've even made the mistake of letting some comments interfere with me on an emotional level. But I've never, ever had a comment live rent-free in my head for over a year. This comment quite literally broke me as a person, and I've just been picking up the pieces ever since. So today we're gonna read this together, hopefully try to make a little bit of sense of it, and maybe even provide myself with a little peace of mind. This is kind of interesting because their band is actually a front. I bet you didn't know that, but guess what? It gets weirder than that. Real Friends is not a band formed through DIY or anything like that. See, this is news to me. They were put together by that We Are Triumphant record label and given $40,000 to buy a van, instruments, equipment, and make a record. And then 8 shows later, they were suddenly signed to that label. Ooh. And by the way, I haven't actually found any evidence to support any of the claims made in this theory, this conspiracy theory. So just keep that in mind as we're reading this. We're just reading it because it's literally messing with my mind. So what I can tell you is that I know for sure that Neck Deep was at one point signed to We Are Triumphant. I can't find anything about Real Friends, but I know that Neck Deep was at one point. And another thing that I know is that when it comes to We Are Triumphant, they don't exactly have a shortage of scandals. The whole record label of We Are Triumphant is basically synonymous with the word scandal. So just the fact that it's mentioned here is really throwing a monkey wrench into things in my mind. There's a notebook that details their entire existence from day one all the way to the end. It mentions things like in 2020, Real Friends will break up, and later on, they're supposed to reunite for a reunion and make bank. This reminds me of like 2012 when people thought the world was gonna end. One of my best friends was in a band that toured with them and told me about it. It's an open secret that them and many other bands like them in the Warped Tour scene are all just pre-baked cookies. Bands full of people who never met each other in real life being told by their overlords to wear these clothes and tweet about this and that and just smile and look pretty and we'll take care of the rest. It's just kind of interesting the way that he's talking about it as if it's like some just giant big scene with people just waiting to just rip the money out of people who join it, and these bands, they're just fake, they're not real, they're all industry plants. Could that be the case? Maybe, but who knows. When COVID made shit hit the fan and Real Friends had already pulled their social media, it definitely threw a wrench in the cogs of the machine. I'm curious to see what happens here. In a way, I'm actually kind of surprised that Real Friends didn't already know about COVID 20 years in advance and didn't plan that into their overall plan. I know I sound like a total crazy person, but when a band with mediocre songs gets popular, you could say that about any band, dude. It's no mistake. The overlords have boiled it down to an algorithm. Someone solved emo and pop punk. They literally did an equation, dude. The overlords have boiled it down to an algorithm, and they're done with taking massive risks on signing DIY bands full of pedophiles with 200 Facebook likes. I don't know what this has to do with the rest of it, but that felt kind of out of place. Because I mean, no matter how hard you try or vet people, someone could always literally just be a terrible person or a pedophile or have done something really bad in the past. So I'm not really sure what they mean by that at all. They've taken matters into their own hands, and from their perspective, why not? They know the majority of their audience are not critical listeners, they're trend followers. So, as the tastemakers, it makes sense to build a boy band type of thing that works on paper, rather than find some dude in Montana with crooked teeth and an ugly face who's nowhere near as marketable, but writes songs that make a grown man weep. So there are certain parts in this that make me go, okay, this is for sure a troll. This is for sure a joke. This is some type of copy pasta that I'm just clearly not aware of. This person's messing with me, because you hear stuff like that and you're like, dude, this has to be a troll. I think that's the biggest thing that I wrestle with, is this person being serious or or not. I guess at the end of the day, what I'm looking for more than anything in this instance is a little bit of closure. What do you mates think about this? Is this completely ridiculous, insane, out of left field? This person is totally making this up, but maybe, just maybe, there's something that I don't know. Maybe this is the case for every pop punk and emo band that spawned from the 2010s. Even though tonight I'm still gonna go to bed, lay down, pull the covers over me, stare up at the ceiling and wonder in the back of my mind, did real friends receive $40,000 from We Are Triumphant to buy a van and kickstart their band? And is it all a conspiracy theory? Are real friends even friends? Even with that in mind, I feel a lot better than I did when I first started filming. And for that, I have you mates to thank. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to change your life, improve things, just go ahead and follow me on Twitter down below. Hope you mates have a great rest of your day, and I will see you very soon with some new mate content.